Hello, celebrity gossip enthusiasts. This is Travis, Cronin, Entertainment Director at Us Weekly, and you're listening to Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast. And we are at the year in review, and there are no other people I'd like to review this year with. Gwen Flamberg, Queen of 2020-21. Spoiler alert, Sarah, you're going to get the same title. Gwen Flamberg.
Guys, I'm so excited to recap, Travi.
Yes, you are. And the other Queen of 2021, Sarah Huron.
Wow, there's no one else I'd rather share this title with. Gwen Flamberg, you look beautiful. Happy end of the year. What a year it's been. I feel like a lot of things I didn't see coming.
Oh, it sure is. Well, Sarah Huron, I'm going to let you start off. Do you want to start off with the news, the splits, the babies, or the new couples of the year?
Let's go couples.
Let's go new couples.
New couples for 1,000, Alex.
Oh, well, here you go. Well, in 2021, luckily we have Bennifer 2.0. The exes reunite just a month after Jennifer Lopez split with A-Rod. They have been glued to the hip ever since. Brad has changed his style. And Ben has changed his style, other A-list couple. And I am just happy that they're doing red carpets together, whatever makes them happy, yada, yada. But it has given me nostalgic. So I am very happy this happened in this year.
I can't believe that these two are still going strong. I'm very excited for all the Instagram pics through the holidays of Ben having to wear Santa hats and plaid pajamas.
I love it. I mean, I found my predictions of the year a couple days ago in preparation for this, and I had predicted that Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas were going to have a child. So clearly I was wrong on this one. I didn't see that coming. I didn't, whatever. But what a year for A-Rod. I mean, starts the year off being dragged into the Southern Charm scandal. Mm-hmm. Jennifer ends up back with Ben. He's texting or whatever with Kelly Ben Simone. There's just like so much going on there. And I'm really happy for Bennifer. The more they are seen together, the more into it I am. It was a lot at once with the recreation photos and everyone kind of being confused. But I think after letting it marinate, that's just who they are. They can't help but be media magnets, and it looks like they're recreating a music video. That's just their lives, you guys. Bennifer lives like that. The Wall Street Journal magazine profile, and when Ben kind of teases that's a good story, maybe I'll tell it one day and then burn it, and how he kind of still wants to be a good husband down the line. There's just, I need that unauthorized Lifetime story if I'm not going to get the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon screenplay. I need to watch it from start to finish. You know what I mean? I'm so here for it. And I hope we get even more content of them in 2022. Maybe a Jennifer Garner Vanity Fair cover story also to give me her side of things. But I'm manifesting.
We would like that. I think what I took most from Benjamin Bennifer 2.0 was Ana de Armas's life-size cutout being thrown in the trash earlier this year in January. They were dating. They kept it around because her kids missed her. And then he threw that life-size cardboard cutout of her in the trash. And that is one of the things I'm thankful for this year.
Me too.
Well, it seems like it's been going on for years, but this year also gave us Travis. Yes, they have fulfilled all of our emo high school fantasy dreams. Before, they were just neighbors. They were just friends. They were just parents of kids who liked each other. And now they are Travis, who we haven't talked about in a few weeks, but still made such a lasting impression this year. Do you guys have a favorite Travis moment from 2021?
I mean, there are so many of them. There are just so many of them. I mean, of course, the engagement, rose petals and candles, very basic. But I think that my favorite moment was when Kourtney Kardashian was basically naked and straddling Travis Barker for some Instagram pictures. After years and years and years and many babies with Scott Disick, all of a sudden, she has found love in an unlikely place with Travis Barker. And I'm happy for the two of them. Leave it's Calabasas. Sarah, what do you think? I mean, you're like a Travis Barker MGK stan, so this year has been really exciting for you.
Oh my God. I mean, I think my highlight would either be the story that I wrote comparing Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian's relationship to his relationship with Shanna Moakler, or the Scott Disick, Eunice leaked DM with the shade. So I do support
yeah.
Travis. I ship, even though they are a lot. And I worry sometimes about, those kids running around in Alabama. Barker scares the hell out of me.
Yep.
But I think that
Yeah.
the leaked DM was wild to wake up to that day. That was like a new one. You forgot about Eunice. Cannot wait to see this play out on the show, the Hulu show. Scott's role in the family, but I also cannot wait to see the Travis wedding. I think it is going to deliver in ways that we are not even prepared for in 2022.
I think the bride will definitely be in black. Absolutely. Yeah. I think my favorite moment was Gwen, I think it's yours, when they first went away to vacation, like in Arizona or whatever, some desert out west, and she was like in the thong and he was grabbing her butt. And it was sort of like the first like raunchy PDA we felt of them. And I was like, we are in for a good time. Thank you guys for giving with both hands. You are both so kind to us. Also this year, I think maybe my award for strangest, most out of left field couple of the year, actually there might be go to somebody else we're talking about next. But Mr. Anstead and Renee Zellweger.
Ooh, good one.
I mean, Ant and Renee, I never would have predicted this, as I'm sure you wouldn't have. They have like moved right next to each other. She is dating this guy who has been on sort of reality shows as a huge A-list actress. And, I'm glad that they can keep us guessing.
I ship it big time. I love Renee. I think she's a grown-ass lady who knows what she wants. And this just seems to be like a perfect little relationship for her right now. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's awesome.
I like it too, and I hope it lasts because, again, as someone who is obsessed with Christina Anstead, whatever, and has never seen an episode of her television series, don't even know what her voice sounds like, I think she's insane. And her getting engaged to that other guy so quickly makes me only root for Ant even more. So I ship Ant and Renee, and I think it's kind of iconic that he's, not that we're comparing them, but winning in this situation. And after seeing like one scene of Tarek on Selling Sunset, I'm like, okay, that's a lot too. So I think out of all of those people, I'm rooting for Ant the most. And Renee Zellweger, I've always wanted her to find love. She's had kind of an interesting, weird trajectory there. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, watching Tarek on Selling Sunset, the misogyny is really out of control.
And he's
it makes
dressed
me
like
very
a frat
uncomfortable.
boy, like a skater frat boy. Like he's kind of confusing to me.
Very that.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard him speak either, and I was like, oh, I don't know. It kind of threw me off. But him and Heather, I'm sure they're going to last.
Me too. They know their gender roles and they seem to enjoy them. Well, let me take you to February 2021. Very early on, Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles attend a wedding together and have started all of this. I know it feels like so long ago, but yeah, they attended that wedding of a mutual friend in London. Have been together ever since, borrowing jewelry, in love. I really like this couple a lot.
I'm actually shocked they are still together. I don't know what, just because this was one of those whirlwind movie set romances. She was the director. I mean, Harry Styles is just gorgeous. And I don't know, and he's on tour now, and instead I thought maybe this would be like a worldwide, like a fling, and then she would almost regret it and go back to Jason Sudeikis, and it was going to be messy, but instead she's in the crowd every night dancing like a 16-year-old. So while I think it's a minor crisis, I am shocked they're still together.
I completely agree with you in the terms that it's like, I think she might be having a bit of a crisis because she has left her kids with Jason Sudeikis and whatever nannies are there. But I find this relationship very pleasing. Did you see what I did there? Pleasing. Harry Styles' new brands. If you haven't heard about it, read all about it on usmagazine.com/stylish. My year-end plug, you guys. But here's the thing. If Harry was not in this relationship, I would fear for him and his reputation because he's on tour. He would be with somebody different every single night. His gender fluidity is what it is. I think that it's very good for him to be in this somewhat stable relationship with an older woman at this moment in his life. So that's my prediction. Let's see what happens when the tour is over. I have a feeling that maybe that's going to be the nail in the coffin in this love match, but we shall see.
We sure will. And to round it up, you guys know the couple I'm going to talk about next. 2 weeks after hosting SNL, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson this October spotted at some Staten Island pizza joints kissing on Splash Mountain or whatever. Official couple. Strange. And I love that I'm not jaded and can still be surprised by new couplings like this. Threw me for a loop. Bless.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say besides total shock.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see
At all.
next. 2020 was, you know, a kind of a slow year because everyone was stuck at home, and the celebrities said in 2021, we're gonna keep you on your toes, and for that I'm thankful, but I'm also, you know, still slightly terrified of this pairing, but cannot wait to see what happens next.
Agreed. Well, let us move on to the biggest news stories, and we gotta start with dun. It's Britney. Her movement finally turned real as she fought against her father and the conservatorship of 13 years that she'd been living for and won. We got lots of court updates throughout the year, and we're like, is this the end? Is she free? Is she not? And then we finally got the ruling that she is officially free and ready to pop off some babies and get married with sexy personal trainer Sam. So, you know, just couldn't be more thrilled. 2021 gave us that. We love
What a year for Britney. What a year. I mean, when we started this year, there was obviously talk of Free Britney, but then when, you know, that New York Times Framing Britney Spears came out, it really just pushed everything into high gear. I feel like that was January. It was earlier, February or something, because I watched it on a plane. And it was just quite the time to be alive. We had the June court hearing, which was shocking. And I'm just so happy it's a happy ending for her, because when things were happening, it still kind of felt like this could take a long time. So for her to have this whole year kind of come full circle and end on such a high note is just all you can ask for Britney. So I'm so happy for her.
Agreed. And I think you might say the same thing about another person who has risen from the ashes. Yes, that's Olivia Jade. She made her triumphant return to media from being on Dancing with the Stars. And her mom, Lori Loughlin, gets back to work on When Calls the We Call the Heart Call. Hope. I believe her show. Hope. When the hope calls the heart, we call the hope. I believe it's called. And Sarah Huron, I know that no one is more thrilled with you. I see your Olivia Jade photos, posters hanging on your wall and your back, and your Lori Loughlin Hallmark cuddle pillow. I'm happy for all of you.
Yes, I mean, listen, obviously Olivia Jade's run on Dancing with the Stars was fun for me as someone who watched her videos pre-scandal and then kind of followed her throughout everything. It's half a joke that I'm a stan, half not. Yeah. Interesting to see what's going to happen. I really want a Lori Loughlin sit-down interview, Red Table Talk, like Olivia did.
Yeah.
And even Felicity Huffman. I know they're getting back to work, and I know they I guess, don't need it since they're moving on, and Lori's going to stay in her Hallmark lane, and Felicity had some ABC deal. Happy for them, but I would love to hear more about the scandal. Olivia and her sister Bella did an interesting podcast recently about everything, so they've been talking a lot, and I want to hear from Lori. Maybe she can give Olivia Jade the exclusive on her YouTube channel. I'm going to manifest that for 2022 as well.
Please do. Even sooner. We'll take it this year, please. Well, let me take you guys back to March. We were all very excited for a special CBS interview. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry sat down discussing mental health, life as a royal, and really a lot of other things they unveiled in the CBS interview. It feels so long ago now that this happened, but this was just in March. Gwen Flamberg, resident royal file. Do you remember where you were, what you felt? Do you feel differently now?
I was sitting on my couch. I was watching, and I did the like everybody else did collectively when they dropped that bomb about someone at the time. Mm-hmm. There was no conjecture about who it might be in the royal family. Asked what race Archie would be when he was born, or not what race he would be, but what his skin color would look like. I mean, it was a bomb that they dropped, but I felt really bad because it was like Prince Philip was ill at the time. Mm-hmm. This was before his untimely death, or actually really
sort of timely
death, considering he was 99.
Yeah.
Or was he 100 when he passed? I mean, you know, Prince Philip.
I think he was 99. He was like a few weeks short.
Life. Yeah. But wow, it was a lot. That was their coming out party, let's say, living in America. And they certainly did come out with a bang.
Yes, they sure did. Well, Chris Harrison, racism scandal, goodbye. Sarah Huron, I don't know if you've ever seen The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I haven't heard you talk about it. But Chris Harrison, involved in some racist stuff, kicked out. How did you feel? Will the world forgive him? He always made me a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm not too sad to see him go, but still sad story.
You know, kind of, there's been so many seasons of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise this year thrown at us.
12 this year, right? Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah,
it never ends. It's like never ends. But it's so interesting to think that that's how we started the year off. That was February 2021 when he did that extra interview with Rachel Lindsay about Rachel Kirkconnell and Matt James, and how Rachel, you know, had these photos of her at a plantation party in college wearing a like Scarlett O'Hara dress, and some other likes and that were inappropriate. And Chris Harrison going out of his way to defend her, even when not really asked or prompted to. And that made him end up stepping back from The Bachelor. I think that it was for the best. I think we see the show has started to evolve. I think that personally watching the show still, I don't really miss Chris Harrison. I don't know, you know, it's interesting to see when people lose their jobs, when they don't, how things are handled. But all in all, I don't think the franchise really suffered that much. And I think Chris Harrison's going to be okay. I think he is probably going to get another job doing something else. And I think he should. I don't think he should have to like rot in his Texas mansion with Lauren Zima. I think he will bounce back and he will be fine. And it's the bigger thing to me that's just so shocking is to see Matt and Rachel still together, going strong. They overcame that. We found out a little later that maybe, you know, Emmanuel Acho, who stepped in for Chris Harrison, said when the cameras were away, Matt seemed a little more comforting towards Rachel. So I think that they were just really trying to navigate that. Matt has a book coming out in 2022 and, you know, I'm going to read it. So I manifest that he delivers the things I need to know, that answers those questions, is real, and not so worried about what people are going to think of him, not blaming him for how he, you know, handled it, because there was really no right answer there. Yeah. But I think we're going to see Chris Harrison in 2022. I do. And I think that he'll be okay.
Well, good luck to this man. And just give another rundown. Alec Baldwin, of course, his on-set tragedy happened real recently, so it doesn't even feel. Scarlett Johansson sued Disney. Remember the Friends reunion, how excited we were and how it was like sort of okay. Sex and the City came back, premiering this week. Of course, the Queen's health issues. Travis Scott's Astroworld tragedy at the concert, and Taylor Swift re-releasing Red. I remember. I know, what a year. And, you know, there were some babies. John Mulaney and Olivia Munn announced they're having a baby just 6 months, maybe, after he announced he's divorcing. Who can really tell? No one really knows. She won't be honest with us. Lance Bass and his husband, Michael, welcomed twins via surrogate. Halsey welcomed baby. Cardi B and Offset had a second child. Scarlett Johansson, again, and Colin Jost, welcomed Cosmo in August. Don't forget that name. Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, also Meth Damon, had their second baby. Amber Heard had a baby. You know, it's just nice. That's nice for all of them.
That is nice.
Isn't it nice?
Cosmo, I forgot about that name. Good reminder there. Cosmo Joe.
I'm sure he's beautiful.
I'm sure he is. Little cosmonaut.
And it's going to be funny.
We can
guaranteed. Guaranteed. There were some weddings too. You know, Gwen and Blake said I do on July 3rd. Issa Rae and Louis Diame wed in the south of France on July 25th. Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez still trying to figure out who he is.
Oh my God, I forgot about them. Shout out to those two for still being married. Good job, Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez.
Good for them. Tarek El Moussa and Heather Ray Young, we're still waiting to see the footage of the wedding, but it is there. And Menno Walker got married too. And to round it all out, guys, we had some sad passings like the timely death, I feel terrible saying that, of Prince Philip, Norm Macdonald, DMX, Dustin Diamond, you know, lots of people that we lost, gone but not forgotten. And I'm just going to remember, we were excited about TV this year. Bridgerton came out, Squid Games, Ted Lasso, Cruella de Vil, which everyone was wearing for Halloween. You know, the Gucci movie, which I'm so sorry isn't as good and no one seems to like at all. But yes, that is our year in review. Did I miss anything? What a year it's been.
What a year it's been. I'm trying to think of what my favorite thing I watched was. There was a lot of good content this year. Loved Ted Lasso. There was all
Emily in Paris. Which, you know, really gave us what we were missing with travel during the pandemic. And of course, who is excited for And Just Like Us, about to drop?
Crazy. I can't believe we're getting new Sex in the City. It's quite a time to be alive.
It sure
Isn't it though?
It sure is. Well, thank you guys for being with us all this year to break down all of this. Yeah, piping hot celebrity. I'm going to say it this week. I'm going to say
Almost
it.
scared about what's going to happen in 2022. I'd also like to give a shout out to Selling Sunset season 4. Some people aren't loving it. I still think it's genius television, and the fact that they're all fighting on the carpet about like Christine is like mimicking the TikTok of "Am I the drama?" Like, I love it. I can't wait to see what happens with Chrishell and Jason. Just God bless
Very
them.
exciting.
I know. I just wanted to see about Chrishell and Jason, so I'm a little bit of a Scorned fan because I just wanted like something, and they didn't even allude to it. So
but they allude to it every time she looked at another male, and then they panned to Jason.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. They need to do better.
All right.
And a Selling Tampa is not gonna, assuage me from all of the drama that
I will be watching Selling Tampa. I will be watching Selling the OC. I will watch all of it. I am a sucker.
Well, thank God for it, Sarah. That's why we like to have you on this podcast, because you are a dedicated fan, as we all are. Again, this is Travis Corona, Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast, with your yearly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, and fame of your favorite celebrities. Because after all, guys, we got to do it. It's the year end. They're just like us. Wow.
That was our best one. We got it together.
We got it together. Well, thank you guys for listening. And, we'll be back next week, next year. Whenever we're back, we'll be back. Yeah, who knows? Thank you guys.